Howdy guys, Jason and Kirk here with Kirkgiordano Plastering. Today what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do two coats up here. We're going to show it in its entirety. A lot of folks saying, hey Kirk, why don't you show the whole thing? Well, this wall here, if you look at it, it would take Jay and I at least 2 solid hours. Nobody's going to watch a 2 solid hour video, so let me give you just a breakdown of what we're going to do. That is the original dash finish, and we're doing both coats today, and we're doing the finish. We're not going to dash it, because if I did, that dash would no longer match. This is a 100-year-old house or apartment, and there's already about 40, 50 patches around the house. So what we're doing is we're mixing, and if you show that over there for a sec, Jay. Now that's half the job, guys. What Jason and I are doing is the other half of the job. A lot of folks call me and say, Kirk, how do you make it look easy? Because half the job's done. If you know how to mix, and we do, that's half the job. Say like that mixer will be going for about 20 minutes mixing it, making the sand and cement fluffy. And we do our additives and crap. Then we're going to apply it. But if the mix isn't right, we can't make ourselves do the job properly. And just like at war, you know, you check your weapons. I'm checking all my trowels right now, because if you folks watch what I do, I'm kind of partial to these 16-inch trowels. This is 16 by 5 inches. It's kind of wide. And it's technically a swimming pool trowel, but these are plaster trowels here. These plaster trowels, you only got a ½ inch here, ½ inch here, and then it's all riveted so they don't tweak. This one here, I got 5 inches here and 5 inches here with the rivet, so occasionally they banana in the wrong way, so I've got to fix them and prepare. So we're getting ready for our job here. Generally I like a 16-inch and a 14-inch trowel or a hawk. That way I can put a lot of mud on. Anyway, we're going to set this up, and as we set this up, personally I like, if I'm going to work up high, I like as many plank as possible so I feel like I'm on the ground. If you have one plank, you're teetering, it's bowing. So we're going to set this up, then we're going to show you how we start off on this. And this may look complicated, guys, but you could almost we could almost close our eyes and do this. It's incredibly simple. It just looks complicated. Anyway, we're going to set up, and we'll tell you a little bit more once we get started. Okay, guys, we're going to show you how to put 2 coats on here. A lot of things need to be taken into consideration when doing both coats, but we are taking them into consideration. So we're going to get started right now. All right, Lou, keep on us. Keep us full of mud. When doing 2 coats, guys, on a cold day, you put your first coat. What we want to do is we're going to let the paper suck out the moisture, because right now it's much too cold. So this is just a scratch coat right now. All right. Easy peasy. Put some mud up there, drop it down. Fat and ugly. Kind of like Lou. Of course, Lou doesn't watch these videos. He doesn't know how to use a computer, so I don't have to worry about him saying, dude, talking smack about me. Now we take the rod, derby, whatever you want to call it, straight edge, T-bar. This is technically a derby here in the U.S. We wet it. What happens if we don't wet this? Well, to drag all the stucco right off the wall. You gotta wet it. You gotta wet your gloves, wet everything. And then now we use this and this as our guide. We don't have to look, just go straight up, guys. See that? Got any hollow spots, put it where you need it. You're going to take it up, and you're going to push the top down. So what I'll do is I take it up, and I push the top down and force it into here. See, now again, I'm using this and this, and you don't have to look, but you got to feel it. Boom. 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 Oh, too bad this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get it right in there. Beautiful. We do the same here. Boom, to the top. These guys here, we pull it, we pull this, we pull this. We take this one here. Same thing like I did a second ago. Sometimes you get dropouts, guys, from the bottoms here because we're doing both coats. When you do both coats on a cold day like this, it doesn't want to set too fast. Take this. All right. Take it up, make it pretty. Take this guy here, same thing, pull it up, pull it up. This derby takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you do, not a big deal. Of course, anybody watch what we do? You probably heard me say a couple times that when I was union, I'd work behind a pump, and this is all I would do for 8 hours a day. They'd shoot it on with a big pump. And then you're either the derby man, the float man, the hose man. You make it work. You come here, make it work. Now what I'm going to do here is move this board and stand out of our way, and we are going to take it down to the next level. For a few minutes, yeah. Easy peasy, nothing to it. This first coat's a little harder than the second coat because everything is still wet. As soon as this has a chance to suck up and dry, then it becomes a little bit easier. That's a good spot for a margin trowel up there. Okay guys, what we're doing now is just tearing down. I'll show you actually what we're going to do here because I had to take a pizza break. Let me show you what takes real skill. You see this pizza and 2 slices of tomato? Now that hasn't fallen off yet. Anyway, that's what I went to do while I left Jay to float everything. Let me show you something, guys. You see all of this? That's what I pointed out earlier. Now this stuff is soft. And so what I do is I get the heavy sand, and you can see it. I'm floating it. You see how much aggregate or sand comes out of there? And that's a perfect, when this is painted, this will match much, much better than, say, if I dashed it. If I dashed it, it wouldn't match. What we're going to do, guys, is, because we are trying to get out of here and get it done, we're going to float the rest of this, but the idea, the whole point of this video is to show you top sand and a good sponge float, a new one preferably. That way you can match a 100-year-old dash. So as I said, here's the real skill. Didn't even lose any pizza. Tomatoes. We'll see you when we're almost done. Alright guys, we are complete with everything here. Here's a tip for any of you young fellas who are watching who work with other companies. When you have a lot of corners such as this is about a whole box of corners, float upward into your corners. You float because you want to cover that piece of wire. Homeowners will probably never do corner aid like that, but you float up to it and you float into it. Cover that piece of galvanized wire. Other than that, it's time to get out of here. We always try to leave a job a little cleaner than we found it, so we'll leave you with that. We thank you folks for watching, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.